Now, on Good Morning Northwest, breaking news, a man dead in Deer Park, and this morning, the search for his killer. We'll have a live report.
Well, the rain continues, and then we're going to see these gusty winds, the advisory, and what we can expect on all of that coming your way.
And the flying fiasco. While the weather caused chaos for holiday travels, one airline system completely melted down. What happened and the ripple effects that'll be felt for some time to come. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Robin Nance. Derek's off this morning. It is December 27th, a Tuesday. And Mark here with a look at our first alert forecast, and it's wet.
Oh, there is no doubt. We continue to see the rain. We've gotten over an inch so far, and we're going to see a continuation with a flood advisory in the green all the way down into the LC Valley. But also we have a flood warning into Moscow and Paradise Creek this morning. That's the highlight. And then the winds that are going to be firing up in that wind advisory that is really from, the Cascades all the way into the Rockies. 41 currently. We do have light rain, winds to 15 miles an hour. We haven't seen them less than 12 this morning. They continue to build. So the 4 things you need to know. Rainy and windy today, no doubt about it. The wind advisory till tomorrow morning, really kicking in this afternoon. Light snow on Wednesday, but it's going to be a dry New Year's weekend. We look at the satellite radar, and you can see it filling in from the south and continuing to be with us. While we do have a backside to this, we might get some breaks in it, but it really looks to be something where we're going to have that potential for those rain showers all the way through the day and into this evening. The winds, again, firing up this afternoon, but our high today is going to be 44 degrees.
We are following breaking news out of Deer Park. Spokane County Sheriff's Office investigating a homicide at a house just off of Highway 395 south of Deer Park, where a man was found dead inside. Parts of nearby roads have been closed off for the investigation for hours, and Destiny Richards is live in Deer Park, just outside of there. And it looks like the roads are still closed, Destiny.
That's right. We're here on North Dalton Road, where part of it is closed because it's still an active scene and an active investigation this morning. We know that 6:45 last night is when police got a call about a suspicious death at a house off Dalton Road. And when deputies arrived, they found an older man dead inside of the house, and there were possible signs of a burglary. Now, it's still early in the investigation, but detectives are beginning interviews and working to get a search warrant. Once it's granted, they'll start piecing together information to figure out exactly what happened in that house, and they'll release the name of the man as well as his cause of death at a later time. Right now, though, investigators are trying to locate a person of interest who was seen in the area. He's described as a white male, around 25 years old, 5'10" with an average build. He was seen wearing dark clothing and carrying a bag. He also had a large dog with him, and he may be driving a dark colored SUV. And this is what we've been sharing all morning. If you have any information or may have seen any suspicious activity in the area last night, you're asked to call Crime Check. The number is 456-2233, and we'll keep staying here this morning to try to get any new information, any updates on this investigation. Reporting live in North Spokane County, south of Deer Park, Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
And news from the Breaking Now desk this morning, one of the worst airline meltdowns in U.S. history. More than 3,900 flights were canceled in the U.S. yesterday, but just one airline, Southwest, accounted for more than 70% of those cancellations. And today isn't much better. Right now, 62% of Southwest flights have been canceled. That's according to FlightAware. What started as weather-related cancellations quickly snowballed into a system-wide meltdown. And because Southwest does not partner with any other airlines, passengers could not rebook flights on any other airlines. The Department of Transportation overnight called Southwest's rate of cancellations unacceptable and said it will examine whether cancellations were controllable.
This is not a staffing issue. This is a systems issue. Southwest Airlines was staffed. Its employees were ready to go to work. But when they chose to take flights into the middle of the storm or not preemptively cancel enough flights, their systems have not been able to keep up with the rescheduling, the cancellations, the notification to crew members about those cancellations and changes in flights.
The line for Southwest ticket counters snaked through airports extending outside terminals. The customer service line jammed with wait times of 5 hours or more, and many people who waited hours were told there was nothing that could be done for them when they finally reached the ticket counter. At one point, the phone service actually crashed, leaving passengers and airline crew members lost and confused.
Oh, so frustrating for people. Sydney, you were one of those people who got stuck in all of this. So how were you able to get on a flight home?
Yes, exactly, Robin. I was one of the people who was waiting in line for hours in the rebooking line, but I was actually able to snag the last ticket thanks to my uncle from Sacramento's airport to SeaTac, then back home to Spokane through Alaska Airlines. So if I didn't get that ticket, I would have been stuck in Sacramento until Wednesday or Thursday.
Wow. Well, we're glad you're home.
Thank you.
What a mess. Well, the holidays are full of heartbreak for one local family. Their loved one was shot and killed just one day before Christmas Eve. The suspected shooter wasn't even allowed to have a gun. Deputies say Colin Basto's death stemmed from a domestic violence incident. Deputies arrested this woman, Cynthia Metzger, Friday. So far, they have charged her with second-degree murder and unlawful possession of a firearm. Basto's brother, Hamish, says his family wants justice.
We'll remember Christmas now on that he died, he got murdered just right before Christmas Eve. She should have been in prison already. She shouldn't have been, she should have had no freedom to be outside.
He is frustrated and worried that Metzger could bond out of jail. He's pleading with prosecutors not to allow that. At last check, she is still in jail, held on a $500,000 bond. With the snow and ice starting to melt, that means there is an increased chance of localized flooding. The city of Spokane says there are more than 12,000 storm drains in the city, and crews won't be able to clear each one of them. So they're asking for your help. They want you to help by finding the storm drain closest to your home and making sure it's clear of all snow and debris. If there is a pool of standing water near you there, you are asked to report it to the city by calling that number you see right there, 509-625-7900. Approaching 7 minutes after 6 o'clock, and yeah, we're talking about all that rain and more's coming.
And for those who are saying, is this it? Are we done with winter?
Yeah.
No. It's not even January yet. We do have, again, wind watch that we're experiencing it around Moscow. You do have a flood warning in effect till tomorrow morning. We're going to have more on your forecast coming up.
Embellishments or out-and-out lies. How New York's Congressman-elect George Santos is trying to spin his fabricated resume. And the huge amount of people seeking asylum in the U.S. Up next, how long it could take for them to simply get a hearing on their case.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Spokane Valley Partners works to end hunger and poverty in our community and provide a safety net to those in need.
Help us restore hope and put the holidays back on the table for struggling families. Visit SpokaneValleyPartners.org to give or get help today.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to build communities with organizations like Spokane Valley Partners as they feed thousands of families and children.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com. A white Christmas, a white knuckle drive. We've already seen pileups on mountain passes. Before you head out, trust the First Alert weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect on air, online, and on the app with 4 News Now.
The after Christmas savings are on now for Walker's Furniture's biggest year-end store-wide clearance event, where you can get some of the largest savings of the year, including extra discounts on all in-stock and overstocked items to make this new year the best ever.
Plus, you can take advantage of no minimum purchase, no money down, and no interest financing for up to 5 years.
So you can get that new furniture you've always wanted and pay for it later.
During the year-end clearance sale at Walker's.
Save on front load and top load laundry sets at Fred's year-end inventory reduction sale.
This family-size laundry set can handle anything in your laundry basket, and they're on sale for only $8.99 each.
Save an additional 10% with package savings.
This high-capacity laundry set has steam and can wash an entire load in under 30 minutes. Only $8.99 each for this top-rated LG washer and dryer is a great buy.
Fred's year-end inventory reduction sale is on now. Don't miss it.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2022 sale. Now through December 30th, join for just $1 down, $10 a month, and you can still do that thing you said you'd do 11 and a half months ago. All with no commitment, cancel anytime. Get tons of equipment in our clean and spacious clubs. It's not too late. This can still be your year. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry, deal ends Friday, December 30th.
Looking for a great idea for the holidays? Elkins Resort, Idaho's premier vacation destination, has great getaway specials for some wonderful wintertime fun. So make your reservations today before the season is over. Call Elkins Resort or check out our website at elkinsresort.com.
Save your greed!
It is 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The number of asylum seekers in the U.S. has hit an all-time record. 1.6 million asylum applications are pending in the U.S. immigration courts, the largest number ever recorded. U.S. immigration courts have experienced a 7-fold increase in asylum cases from fiscal year 2012, when there were 100,000 cases pending. Current asylum seekers are from 219 different countries and speak 418 different languages, but are mostly from Guatemala, Venezuela, Cuba, and Brazil. Average wait time for an asylum hearing is more than 4 years, but in Omaha's immigration court, the wait time is now almost 6 years. A deadly winter storm is striking Japan. 17 people are dead, more than 90 others injured. The deaths have come due to vehicles being stranded on highways and delivery services being delayed in the heavy snow. In the city of Nagai, which reported more than 2.5 feet of snow on Saturday, a woman was found dead buried in snow that had fallen from her roof. He says he is not a criminal. That's what New York Representative-elect George Santos said in an interview after admitting to lying on his resume. A New York Times investigation revealed he misled voters, saying he worked for Citigroup and Goldman Sachs and graduated from Baruch College and NYU, when all those things were false. When it comes to his claims that his grandparents survived the Holocaust, Santos says, quote, "I never claimed to be Jewish because I learned my maternal family had a Jewish background. I said I was Jew-ish."
Time for the 10-second takeaway. Good morning, everybody. It's going to be rain and icy side roads, walking surfaces, parking lots. Take it easy today. Get your rain gear. Our high today, though, is 44 degrees and winds.
We have heard of several instances of pipes bursting during our recent cold. Spokane Fire Department is asking you not to call their emergency line if your pipes burst unless it is life-threatening, such as water getting close to electrical equipment. They say they have received more than 60 calls related to broken sprinklers and water flow alarms just in the last 48 hours. Now, if you do experience a burst pipe, the fire department is offering the following tips. Locate your main water supply and shut it off. Turn on your faucets to drain all remaining water. Try to find the source of the water. If you identify the location of the break, plumbers can work more efficiently. And take photos and call your insurance company. And we hope that doesn't happen to you, any of that. It is now 6:13. A local shelter being shut down. Later in this newscast, why a Spokane shelter is being forced to close, what it would have to do to reopen, and what will become of those staying there. And right after the break, more than 50 people dead in dangerous cold and crippling snowstorms across the country. And this extreme weather may be becoming more common. The story next.
4 News Now is brought to you by Chewelah Casino.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
The boats are back. It's a live in-person show. 4 big days, Thursday through Sunday, January 26th to 29th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Summer fun on the water is just around the corner, so take the whole family. That's right, it's back, live and in person. From big to small, you'll see it all. At the 2023 Spokane Boat Show, the boats are back. You can learn more at SpokaneBoatShow.com.
Upgrade your new year with a powerful rig from Northwest Motorsport. Don't end 2022 with your old ride. Take control with a tough lifted truck, diesel truck, or 4-wheel drive SUV. You're sure to find the perfect upgrade at NWMSRocks.com/New Year. Don't start 2023 with the dud. Check out the biggest and best lifted trucks in the Northwest at your local Northwest Motorsport. And make 2023 the year of trucks, and more trucks. And tell them Bone sent ya.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's 4-day New Year super sale is for you. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and much, much more. Plus, make your cash go further with 4 years no interest financing and no down payment. But don't wait. The 4-day New Year's super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Go, Chiefs, go! Ahead into the Seattle zone. Shovelday off left side. Out front. Shot. Score! Carter Street and Spokane with a 4-2 lead with 3:31 remaining.
Friday night, December 30th, your Spokane Chiefs are back in the arena against our arch rivals, the Tri-City Americans. Friday, the Centennial Hotel presents a family feast with $2 hot dogs, Coca-Cola products, and more all game long. Listen to 92.9 ZZU for details. For tickets and game times, go to SpokaneChiefs.com.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
It's now 6:16. The winter storm that's paralyzed much of the country has claimed dozens of lives in New York. President Biden has approved federal aid for the Buffalo area as it braces for another day of sub-freezing temperatures and lake-effect snow. ABC's Justin Finch has the story.
Federal emergency assistance now on the way to a western New York currently crippled by more than 4 feet of snow and bracing for more.
Certainly it is the blizzard of the century.
The Buffalo area reporting at least 29 storm-related deaths, more than half found outside, and more than 500 have been rescued from extreme conditions.
I heard him screaming for help.
This woman credits quick-thinking neighbors for helping her get this man suffering from apparent severe frostbite to an emergency room. Buffalo is banning travel on its now treacherous roads, and its airport is remaining closed until at least Wednesday.
It's been catastrophic. It's been a failure at every level.
The Department of Transportation now looking into Southwest Airlines canceling of more than half of its flights Monday and Tuesday.
This one started west, swept east, and impacted almost every single one of our largest airports that put us in a position where we struggled to recover.
System-wide, airlines canceled more than 3,600 flights Monday, stranding passengers across the country.
My daughter's in New York City all by herself, very sad. It ruined our Christmas.
And scientists caution extreme winter weather could become more common, finding climate change is leading to a rapid warming of the Arctic, which can play a role in driving frigid air farther south into the U.S. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And a survival story out of Buffalo. 10 rescue crews found themselves in their own winter storm emergency. A desperate mom had to get creative for a Christmas miracle. The storm had cut off power for her and the 1-year-old who relied on a ventilator to breathe. For 15 hours, she waited for help, even giving her baby mouth-to-mouth breaths to keep him alive. She did one more thing that may have saved his life. She took to Facebook to plead for help. A group of strangers eventually made it to her, digging them out and paving the way for those rescue crews. It's just amazing what people will do and to figure out how to make it happen.
Oh, you've got to run down every avenue, especially when a child's involved. Yep. Here, if you're going to be driving, we still have people coming back from vacation.
That's right, yes.
From Christmas break. Those who are driving, much luckier than those flying. In checking last, Stevens Pass still closed. Everybody else is looking at wet roadways, maybe some slush on the road. So caution advised, but really things are looking good. When we look at Lookout and 4th of July, again, raining on top of of Lookout Pass. So again, wet and slushy conditions. That'll change later on tonight. When we look at Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint, wet roadways, no snow, and that rain continues at those elevations, and including here, 44 with a wind advisory in effect today. We are going to see those winds in excess of 40 miles an hour throughout the West Plains and into the Central Basin. For tonight, still windy conditions, 33 for the overnight low, so we could see a bit of a transition. We look at the winds, and Ritzville, 46 mile an hour coming in this afternoon. We're going to see those winds to 50 potentially into the Central Basin. For us, again, we're looking at winds to 40 miles an hour, gusts in excess of that at times, and then we're going to see that calm down overnight as that system continues to exit out of the area, and we look pretty good. So right now we're sitting at 41 degrees, winds to 15 miles an hour. Coeur d'Alene, you're at 40. You have winds to 8 miles an hour, and it's busy. You look at the West Coast and up through Portland, up into Seattle, all the way across. It's wet. We do have mostly rain into eastern Washington, and that radar, you can pick up the fact that maybe a little freezing rain to the north in around the Colville area, but Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, it's really hanging in there as rain, and the forecast radar continues to call for that with a transition coming in about 8 o'clock tonight, and that's going to really present itself with some light snow for tomorrow, heavier into Idaho than what we'll see. Temperatures, we're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, 48 into the valley, really looking pretty good. The planning forecast, now we cool down, get back to 37, 35 on Thursday, drier, a mix on Friday, and then the weekend, it's going to be the New Year's, and we're expecting to see fairly dry conditions, just colder to start off 2023, or back to average, really.
Yeah, strange, huh?
Yeah,
it's wild
it's been
stuff.
nuts this last month.
It sure has, Mark. Thanks. 6:20 is your time. The Gonzaga Bulldogs move up in the rankings as they prepare for their final non-conference game. And the Seahawks are still in playoff contention despite offensive struggles in Kansas City. Alex Crescenti shares where Coach Pete Carroll says the team needs to improve. Next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
It's Furniture Row's 4-day New Year's super sale. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 4 years, no interest, and no down payment. But hurry, the 4-day New Year's super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
It's time to start the new year off right in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. The new 2023 models are available, which means you can now order your style, pick your color, and build your Toyota just the way you want it. I'm thinking red. And if you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle, we've got over 3 blocks full of great choices to make your 2023 the best year yet with a new vehicle from Findlay.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
A white Christmas, a white knuckle drive. We've already seen pileups on mountain passes. Before you head out, trust the First Alert weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect on air, online, and on the app with 4 News Now.
Country Homes Power, Spokane's #1 source for quality hot tubs and swim spas, has truckloads arriving from the top American-made spa manufacturers just in time for spring. Now is the time to reserve your new hot tub or swim spa. Get to Country Homes Power today.
Hi, welcome to Toyotathon.
Thanks. Now that the holidays are over, I'm getting a Camry.
And we're getting a RAV4 hybrid.
And I'm getting a Tundra.
Oh, and you're getting a belly rub.
And I'm getting a truck.
Toyotathon is on. Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com.
Come in today, but you're already here.
Toyota. Let's go places.
New Year's Eve magic is in the air from the happiest place on earth to Times Square. Join me and my co-hosts Billy Porter, Sierra, D-Nice, Jesse James Decker, Liza Koshy, and Rosalind Sanchez as we ring in the new year live from New York.
With performances by Dove Cameron, Duran Duran, Faruko, Halle Bailey, J-Ho, New Edition, Wiz Khalifa, and so many more.
It's time to celebrate 2023. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest live on ABC.
Here's to 365 nights of better sleep during the 4-day New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit Firm for only $279.99. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Through 16 weeks of the NFL season, 8 teams have been eliminated from playoff contention, but one of those still in the hunt is the Seattle Seahawks. However, in order to make it in, they're going to have to raise their game from where they've been the last month. One of the biggest surprises of the year has been the play of Geno Smith and the offense of the Seahawks, but on Saturday, they were handled by the defense of Kansas City. But it's not like Seattle wasn't able to drive the ball down the field, putting up more than 330 yards on the day. Only problem was when it came down to 3rd and 4th down conversions, they were flat out bad, as they were just, get this, 2 of 14 on 3rd down conversions.
But we needed to help them out. And really, the 3rd downs in the first half they're too long. You know, they're 11s and 12s and 13s, and that's why we needed to mix the running game in there so that we could get into normal 3rd down situations. And the 3rd down day was not a good day, you know, in general.
And the Gonzaga Bulldogs men's basketball team made their return to the top 10 in the latest AP poll released on Monday. After losing 3 games in non-conference play, the Bulldogs have gone on a 5-game winning streak, including a victory over a top 5 Alabama team down in Montgomery. Now the Zags turn their attention to one of the final non-conference games of the year against Eastern Oregon before WCC play starts this coming weekend.
Well, now that Christmas is over, it's time to get rid of your holiday trash. Out of all those boxes, bags, and wrapping paper, a lot can be trash, but some of the things should be recycled. According to the city of Spokane, there is a lot that belongs in the trash. Metallic foil paper, bows and ribbons, cellophane, styrofoam, plastic bags, plastic wrap, gift bags, and tissue paper. As long as it's not foil, most wrapping paper can be recycled. Cardboard boxes and wrapping paper rolls, also made of cardboard, need to be recycled too. All the trash accumulated during the holidays ends up at Spokane's waste-to-energy plant on Geiger Boulevard. Year-round, the facility burns solid waste to recover energy in the form of electricity. This is also where real Christmas trees are taken to be chipped and composted this time of year. The city of Spokane already began curbside tree pickup yesterday. It will continue this week. We will share some of the things that you need to know about disposing your Christmas tree a little bit later here on Good Morning Northwest. Our time is now 6:26. We're going to take a break, and as we do, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America beginning at 7 o'clock.
In this morning's GMA First Look, we are heading into peak dating season. From being set up to meeting IRL in real life to meeting online, there are countless ways to try to meet your match. But for 38-year-old Marissa Skolnick and 44-year-old Matthew Burson, their friends used a Facebook mommy group to start a spark.
Basically, we're like, it's time to settle back down.
They decided to play matchmaker.
And they said, do you care if we post on your behalf? And I said, sure.
Matthew's best friend showed him the post about Marissa.
From the description, it was really a fit for me. The picture was the icing on the cake.
Although they didn't imagine meeting this way, they believe it was meant to be. And coming up at 7 a.m., relationship expert Bella Gandhi has 3 major tips to help you meet that special someone. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
I'm not slowing down anytime soon. That's why I take Osteo Bi-Flex every day. It's clinically shown to improve joint comfort in 7 days and continues to improve over time. Kinda like us.
Osteo Bi-Flex. Find our coupons in Sunday's paper.
When you can barely smell your plug-in, what are your guests smelling? Try Febreze Fade to Fide Plug. It has built-in technology to digitally control how much scent is released to smell first day fresh for 50 days.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here. Aspirin Arthritis.
Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods.
Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspirin. Shingles. The rash can feel like an intense burning sensation and last for weeks. It can make your workday feel impossible. The virus that causes shingles is likely already inside of you. 50 years or older? Ask your doctor about shingles.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Spokane Valley Partners works to end hunger and poverty in our community and provide a safety net to those in need.
Help us restore hope and put the holidays back on the table for struggling families. Visit SpokaneValleyPartners.org to give or get help today.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to build communities with organizations like Spokane Valley Partners as they feed thousands of families and children.
Check out more organizations that make our communities stronger at numericacu.com.
The biggest Tempur-Pedic event of the year is on right now at More Furniture. Your best night's rest is available at an incredible value. Choose the Tempur-Pedic that suits your sleep style and outfit your bed with a free set of sheets, mattress protector, and 2 free Tempur-Pedic pillows. We'll also remove your old mattress with free white glove delivery of your new one. Plus, you can take a full 72 months to pay with interest-free financing. Don't wait. The biggest Tempur-Pedic sale of the year is on now. Only at More Furniture for less.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance. Derek's off this morning. It is Tuesday, December 27th. Mark is here with our first alert forecast, and it's starting really wet, Mark.
Yeah, a couple of advisories going on because of the wet weather and some of the warming winds. We do have a flood advisory with a flood warning into the Moscow area at Paradise Creek, and also the wind advisory for much of areas that are east of the Cascades all the way into the Rockies. We're expecting those winds to gust in excess of 40 miles an hour. We look at what we can expect when it comes to our current conditions. And I got to tell you, it's warm. 40 with light rain in Coeur d'Alene. We're at 41 and light rain continuing in Spokane. Last check, National Weather Service, we're about an inch from yesterday into today, but the rain right now is fairly light, but still we're seeing a melt off. So 4 things you need to know. Rainy and windy today. That wind advisory really kicks in at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Those gusty winds as the system exits. Light snow for Wednesday, starting off in the mountains tonight. That's going to be great news for the skiers. And then it looks like New Year's weekend is mainly going to be dry. Forecasted radar shows a continuation of showers. About 10 o'clock, we should see a break by the computer models, and then another round coming in this afternoon. Behind that, we're going to get those winds firing up from the south, pushing more of that energy over the top of us with more snow into the mountains. So again, if you're going to be skiing Mount Spokane today, grab your Gore-Tex. You're going to need it. We're going to have rain throughout the day, light rain, and then again, those winds with a high today of 44 degrees.
Breaking news in North Spokane County this morning. A man was found dead in his home just off of Highway 395 south of Deer Park. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office has some of those roads cordoned off as it investigates. Destiny Richards is live there with what we know this morning. Destiny.
We still have law enforcement from the Spokane County Sheriff's Office on scene this morning on North Dalton Road. It was around 6:45 last night that police got a call about a suspicious death at a house on this road. And when deputies arrived, they found an older man dead inside, and they said that they found signs of a possible burglary. Still very early in the investigation, but detectives are beginning interviews and working to get a search warrant. Once it's granted, they'll start piecing together information to figure out what exactly happened in that house. They'll release the name of the man as well as his cause of death at a later time. Right now, investigators are trying to locate a person of interest who was seen in the area. He's described as a white male around 25 years old, 5'10" with an average build. He was seen wearing dark clothing and carrying a bag. He also had a large dog with him, and he may be driving a dark colored SUV. If you have any information about this person or saw any suspicious activity last night in this area, you're asked to call Crime Check at 509-456-2233. Live south of Deer Park, Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
And at the breaking now desk today and through the week, several airlines are continuing to feel the effects of winter storms sweeping the country. Right now at SeaTac, 77 flights have been canceled and delays are increasing, 28 right now. Here in Spokane, 23 flights have already been canceled for today, and one airline, Alaska, has actually apologized for the impacts this winter weather has had on holiday plans. In an email to KOMO News, a spokesperson says that while the weather has improved, they are still playing catch up from Friday's ice storm that led to hundreds of cancellations and delays because of out-of-place aircraft and crews. Alaska Airlines also said that flight loads are extremely heavy and reaccommodation options are limited. Here are some options for those flying with Alaska and looking to rebook their flights. The airline is pointing to its phone app or alaskaair.com to use their flexible travel waiver and manage your reservation. Should you wish to hold the value of your ticket, visit your mileage plan wallet for future use. You can also sign up for flight notifications to ensure you stay in the know about your reservation and check your flight status before leaving home. Seattle is Alaska's hometown, and it represents the largest percentage of departures and arrivals at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport compared to other airlines. Because of this, when a weather event happens, people who fly with Alaska are disproportionately affected when something impacts operations at SeaTac. So reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Crews energized a mobile substation at this power site near Graham, Washington Monday. A temporary patch that has restored service while Tacoma Public Utilities fixes the damage caused on Christmas Day by an intruder. Power stations have been the target of recent attacks in the Northwest and the East Coast. Retired FBI agent Greg Rogers says federal authorities likely have several possible groups on their radar with motives to disrupt the power grid.
There's going to have to be an upscaling of the security around these substations. I mean, as you well know, you've seen some of them. They're just sitting out in the middle of nowhere with a chain link fence around them. That's not going to work anymore.
The Pierce County Sheriff's Department acknowledged they were aware of other threats, but said it's too early to tell if there is a link. As we approach the start of a new year, there will be several new laws going into effect in Washington starting on Monday. Minimum wage is going up $1.25, giving Washington the highest minimum wage in the country at $15.74 an hour. Employers will also be required to be more transparent about their salaries on job postings. It's intended to help level the playing field for women and people of color. It's now 6:35 on your Tuesday morning. Let's get you on over to Mark again. And people are still hitting the roads and the air and trying to get back home.
Standing water on some of the I-90. You're going to see those areas. We have higher elevations getting rain or slushy conditions, but that's about it. So just a little extra time, a lot of patience. Make sure you're ready for what's in front of you. We'll have a full check of that forecast coming up.
And as we get close to the end of the year, it might be the perfect time to shore up your finances. We have some expert tips that could save you and your family money next year. When Good Morning Northwest continues.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
The mood is right. The spirit's up. We're here tonight. And that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
The big New Year's Eve party is at Chewelah Casino with 3 sets of cash drawings. You could play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to earn entries for your chance to win your share of over $15,000 in cash prizes. Party, play, and win at Chewelah Casino this Saturday, December 31st during our 3 sets of drawings. Dance in the new year with cash prizes at Chewelah Casino. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
Hi, I'm Chris with Clark's Tire and Automotive. Right now is the best time to get your vehicle in to get it checked over. Come on in for a free winter inspection. We're going to check your brakes, shocks, struts, tires, air filter, wiper blades, and your heating and cooling system to make sure you're winter ready. If you can't make it into one of our shops, give us a call. We now have a mobile service. We offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile parts and labor warranty. We support our local law enforcement, our schools, our nurses and doctors, and we're here to support you. Come and try us out. We are a friendly neighborhood service repair center.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $50 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $50 off. Call now.
It's now 6:39. This time of year is not merry and bright for everyone. The holidays can be especially hard on those grieving the loss of a loved one. This holiday season, licensed therapist Jody Baumstein says to practice self-compassion, saying it's important to allow yourself to feel. And since sadness can come and go, have a plan if you're out and around others. When it comes to traditions, it's okay to change them or skip them altogether. And finally, find a way to honor your loved one.
Do it in a way that feels authentic to you. That might mean cooking their favorite meal or playing music that they love to listen to during the holidays, or even working on a project, so something that honors their memory.
And before you ring in the new year, how about reining in your 2023 finances? After a year of historic inflation, rising interest rates, and growing recession fears, some financial experts say now's the perfect time to reflect on your spending and plan for the future. Here are 5 things to consider before the new year. Look ahead and decide which big purchases you'd like to make next year. Look back at your expenses and figure out what worked and what didn't.
See the feds raising the rates on interest. And so things like credit card debt, personal loans, anything that has a variable interest rate is going to cost you more.
Tackle that lingering debt. Either avoid dragging it into next year or come up with a plan to pay it off in 2023. 4, boost your emergency fund. And finally, decide how much you'll invest next year and on what.
All right, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, your 10-second takeaway before you now, and it's simple. Rain with icy side roads, still slushy as well, so take it easy, allow for time. Walking surfaces are icy. High today, 44 degrees.
The nightmare in our nation's airports over the weekend actually brought 3 strangers close together. It started when Titus Converse found himself stranded at the Phoenix airport. His flight first delayed, then canceled. The lines of people trying to rebook their canceled flights growing by the hundreds.
The line felt like Disneyland without the fun.
But a chance encounter with 2 strangers revealed they were also Sacramento bound, and the 3 had a crazy idea. What if they just drove? So those 2 women, Becky and Tori, took a chance on Titus and ditched the airport and loaded up in a rental car for a 12-hour drive together.
It's such a silly life that we're living. It was like, I cannot believe that this is actually happening. In today's day and age, you don't see strangers helping other strangers too much.
They took turns driving straight through the night, getting to know each other along the way, and they all made it home in the afternoon of Christmas Eve. Titus, glad to see family, admitting the little things seem a little bit sweeter this year. I'll bet. What a nightmare it's been for folks. It's now 6:41. If you need a little motivation to take down your Christmas tree, we have some tips on tree disposal and how the city can help. That's right after the break. And why a downtown homeless shelter serving about 40 people was forced to send everyone away this morning, and why it's not clear whether it'll even reopen.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes are forgiven. Carpet Barn has a huge selection of Shaw Pet Perfect carpet. Pet Perfect carpet is designed with the whole family in mind. It protects from odors, stains, fading, and pet hair. Carpet Barn has a huge selection of carpet, LVP, engineered hardwood, and more to help you update any room in your house. Make tails wag with Shaw Floors Pet Perfect. Pet Perfect carpet is perfect for any room. Carpet Barn, designer selection, warehouse prices.
Sub-zero temperatures are expected now through the upcoming holiday season, and we want to help you be prepared. Keep your thermostat set at 70 degrees. Let faucets in your home drip. Cover hose bibs. Keep garage doors closed. Have space heaters on hand. And remember, Bill's Heating and Air will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, should you have issues at all. Happy holidays from your Bill's Heating and Air family.
The boats are back. It's a live in-person show. 4 big days, Thursday through Sunday, January 26th to 29th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Summer fun on the water is just around the corner, so take the whole family. That's right, it's back, live and in person. From big to small, you'll see it all. At the 2023 Spokane Boat Show, the boats are back. You can learn more at SpokaneBoatShow.com.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there. And during the 4-day New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every 1,000 you spend. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Or check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm, only $279.99. Plus 4 years no interest with no down payment and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Four News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
Just about 6:45, a homeless shelter which once closed its doors because of city code violations was just forced to shut down again. God's Love International on 2nd and Monroe must now resume the permit process to operate as a shelter. It had been operating as an emergency warming shelter for the past 4 days. The shelter could house 40 people who must now find other accommodations. Heather Archdale says when it closes, she has nowhere else to go.
Be on the street. There's no other place for me. I mean, no other place will let me stay.
The Spokane Fire Marshal says at this point there is no plan for an extension. That may change if there's another cold snap or a different need. If you don't plan on keeping your Christmas tree up through the New Year's, the City of Spokane will pick it up for you. Curbside tree pickup is happening through next Friday. You can also drop off your tree if you live in the city and county. Trees being picked up curbside must have trunks no bigger than 3 inches in diameter and no taller than 6 feet. If you have a taller tree, cut it in half. Make sure your tree's decorations are removed, all of them, and place it 3 feet away from your garbage and recycling bins. Loose branches, also no taller than 6 feet, can be bundled next to the tree when you place it on your curb. Through the New Year's holiday, garbage pickup and recycling is on a normal schedule. You can also take your tree in person to the waste-to-energy plant and 2 county transfer stations. Those facilities will be closed on New Year's Day. For more information, you can call the city at 311, or if you live outside the city, you can call that other number, 509-755-2489. They are a traditionally holiday food and the butt of many jokes. Today is National Fruitcake Day. The dense cakes include chopped candied or dried fruit, nuts, spices, and are sometimes soaked in liqueurs, brandy, or bourbon. They have a long history dating back to ancient Rome. In modern times, mail-order fruitcake started in America in 1913, and the expression nutty as a fruitcake was coined in 1935.
Some of those mailed back out in the 30s, still waiting to be delivered.
Oh, stop
and will still
it.
be great.
Stop it. Oh, they might be great. I don't know. I don't know because I usually, no, thank you.
Like it, but you brought one.
I did bring one in this morning.
You re-gifted a fruitcake.
Well, you know, this one looks very, very moist. It's not like that hard, dried thing. You should try it and let me know how it is.
You're just like, well, it looks okay.
Try it and tell me.
Look at the recipe. Let's look at the ingredients and see what we have. All right, we'll show you this before the show is over because I want to go look at it now. All right, if you're going to be driving, past travel to and from Seattle, to and from Montana, actually looking pretty good. Slush and ice on some of the roadways, but all really looking good. Traction tires advised everywhere. 44 degrees. Wind advisory in effect today. We're going to see those winds in excess of 40 miles an hour into the West Plains, Central Basin, really Ritzville, Moses Lake, the usual suspects. Really gustier, windier conditions there. 33 for the overnight low. We're going to see what available rain is going to transition to snow into the mountains and and that includes your ski areas for tomorrow. Today, it's heavy, wet snow that is on the slopes. 38-mile-an-hour winds as we look at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll see those really gust later on, and then after 7 o'clock, everything starts to calm down by tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, we're back to standard and normal winds. 41 degrees with winds to 15 miles an hour. In Coeur d'Alene, you're sitting at 40 degrees, light rain, and winds to 8. So that has stayed relatively the same over the last hour. In our radar, that too, we have had light rain. We've had about an inch in talking with the National Weather Service. Now, we do see that break that we talked about. That's going to come in, give us a little bit of respite, and then we're going to see the afternoon. That's going to fire back up again. So we look at these, and yeah, we're going to be about tonight, 8 o'clock, see that transition into snow. Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, higher elevations. That's going to remain snow, and then we're going to see the chance of light snow tomorrow, really more so Idaho, but we're going to see maybe an inch or less out of this. Our highs today are going to be near 50 into the valley, 44 officially, Deer Park 45 degrees. Now we're going to see things get back to still above average, 37. Again, that light snow potential. Thursday, cloudy 35. And then we'll see another round of a mix of rain or snow Friday. Not looking for a big system there. Drying out for the New Year weekend or New Year's week. Anyway, for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And we're going to have temperatures that are average with a high of 32. It should be relatively dry.
Okay. All right.
Okay. You're set.
More weird stuff happening this winter.
Time to search out the fruitcake.
Just right over there.
Okay.
It's now 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is coming up next. We thank you so much for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Lines Insurance at alllinesinsure.com.
Let's wave the flag together. Hello, I'm Mark Peterson with 4 News Now, presenting the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered flag to any BECU Spokane location on January 13th, and in exchange, you'll receive a new American-made flag from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift.
BECU is proud to be part of the Great American Flag Swap. We're honored to live in a community that supports veterans and military families who sacrifice for the benefit of us all. Visit us in Spokane and see what banking is like when people come first. BECU, not for profit, equals more for people.
Country Homes Power, Spokane's #1 source for quality hot tubs and swim spas, has truckloads arriving from the top American-made spa manufacturers just in time for spring. Now is the time to reserve your new hot tub or swim spa. Get to Country Homes Power today.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's 4-day New Year super sale is for you. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and much, much more. Plus, make your cash go further with 4 years no interest financing and no down payment. But don't wait. The 4-day New Year's super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $70 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $70 off. Call now.
I was scared, I was lost, and I felt hopeless. Even if I wanted to be adopted, who would adopt a 17-year-old?
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's now 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday with the morning sprint. Mark Peterson telling us about some intense wind arriving later today. Sydney Charles with details on Southwest's travel fiasco. But first, Spokane County Sheriff's Office investigating a homicide at a house just off of Highway 395. Destiny Richards is live south of Deer Park with what we know this morning.
That's right. We are here at North Dalton Road, south of Deer Park, where investigators are looking into a homicide where an older man was found dead inside a home last night after getting a call about a suspicious death. And right now, while they're investigating, they're asking if anyone knows about a person of interest that they're looking for, a white male, 25 years old, who fits this description. Right now, we're just following this investigation closely, and we'll be sure to bring you any updates during GMA this morning.
All right, good morning, everybody. In our first alert weather, it is a warm but wet start. 40 degrees into Coeur d'Alene. We're sitting at 41. The winds that we've been talking about with a wind advisory starting at 3 p.m. We're going to see those winds. These are sustained winds of 24, 25 miles an hour in the Spokane area, heavier into Ritzville south along 395. So just be aware of that. And then it will correct itself overnight and will calm down as the system continues to move out of the area. Over the next 12 hours, yeah, we're going to see warm conditions, 10 degrees above average, but those winds really kicking in heavy this afternoon.
A local man was shot and killed 2 days before Christmas. Deputies say Colin Mastow's death stemmed from a deadly domestic violence incident. Deputies arrested this woman, Cynthia Metzger, Friday. So far, they have charged her with second-degree murder and unlawful possession of a firearm. Mastow's brother says his family wants justice. Hamish is frustrated and worried that Metzger could bond out of jail. He has pleaded with prosecutors not to allow that. At last check, Metzger is still in jail, held on a $500,000 bond. Crews energized a mobile substation at this power site near Graham, Washington Monday. A temporary patch that has restored service while Tacoma Public Utilities fixes the damage caused on Christmas Day by an intruder. Power stations have been the target of recent attacks in the Northwest and the East Coast. Retired FBI agent Greg Rogers says federal authorities likely have several possible groups on their radar with motives to disrupt the power grid. There will be several new laws going into effect in Washington starting on Monday. Minimum wage is going up $1.25, giving Washington the highest minimum wage in the country at $15.74 an hour. Employers will also be required to be more transparent about their salaries on job postings. It's intended to help level the playing field for women and people of color.
And this morning, one of the worst airline meltdowns in U.S. history. More than 3,900 flights were canceled in the U.S. yesterday, but just one airline, Southwest, accounted for more than 70% of those cancellations. The airline is struggling to keep up with rescheduling, cancellations, and flight changes after the recent winter storms. Today isn't much better. Right now, over 2,500 Southwest flights have been canceled. That's according to FlightAware. What started as weather-related cancellations quickly snowballed into a system-wide meltdown. And because Southwest does not partner with any other airlines, passengers could not be rebooked on other flights. The Department of Transportation overnight now saying it will examine whether cancellations were controllable. Coverage on the Southwest flight fiasco will continue next on Good Morning America.
A homeless shelter which once closed its doors because of city code violations was just forced to shut down again. God's Love International on 2nd and Monroe must now resume the permit process to operate as a shelter. It had been operating as an emergency warming shelter for the past 4 days. The shelter could house around 40 people who must now find other accommodations. The Spokane Fire Marshal says at this point there is no plan for an extension. That may change if there is another cold snap or a different need. With the snow and ice starting to melt, that means there is an increased chance of localized flooding. The city of Spokane says there are more than 12,000 storm drains in the city, and crews won't be able to clear all of them. So they are asking for people to help by finding the storm drain closest to your home and making sure it's clear of all snow and debris. If there is a pool of standing water near you, you are asked to report it to the city by calling 509-625-7900. Well, now that Christmas is over, it's time to get rid of your holiday trash. All those bags, boxes, and wrapping paper, a lot can be trashed, but some things should be recycled. According to the city of Spokane, metallic foil, paper, bows, and ribbons, cellophane, styrofoam, plastic bags, plastic wrap, gift bags, and tissue paper all belong in the trash. Most wrapping paper can be recycled. See more online.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What I want people to know about Numerica's involvement is that it's genuine.
I work at a company that supports the community because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in. We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care. So you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2023 from Findlay.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
All right, good morning, everybody. Again, light rain continuing to fall. We do have standing water in many areas. We want you to take it easy today. And those side roads are slushy and a mess. By the way, the fruitcake remains untouched. It's been here for a couple of hours. Now, we look at our planning forecast. It is National Fruitcake Day, by the way. 44 for the high today, light rain, winds this afternoon. We're going to see a wind advisory from 3 o'clock this afternoon until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Tomorrow should be dry, 37 degrees with a chance of some light snow in the transition. And then Thursday, 35 degrees and cloudy.
You just need to get a hot cup of coffee and a piece of fruitcake. We'll see you throughout GMA.